Hey guys, Objector here, and we have some news about a new patch for Rainbow Six Siege coming out later this week. Or at least I'm assuming it's later this week. Ubisoft did say the new patch will go live mid-December. If I had to guess, I would say it would go live on the 15th here in a couple days. And they released some information about some bugs they have already fixed and will be in it, so we're going to cover what those fixes are and what they mean. But if you want to see the complete list for yourself, I'll leave a link down in the description below. So to start things off, the things they've already fixed is mostly on the bugs in replication and kill cam. They have fixed palm rotation latency. This is basically going to be your lag. It's the difference between a player's action, the server's perception of that action, and another player seeing said action on their screen. So in other words, if I would make an action, it would have an increased lag time between it getting to the servers and then back to my opponent, so that the positioning was going to be slightly different based off of that. And they have fixed that issue, and it'll be out in the patch. Next up, they have fixed shield positioning when you're repelling. Certain shield angles were not being replicated properly, and it caused the shield wielding player to be overprotected in some cases. So they fixed that problem, got it looked into. Next up, fixed the shooting and moving while repelling. Some moving and shooting while in repel, the hits were sometimes not registering properly on the server. So they fixed that, and they have improved kill cam replication issues. This is the kill cam not displaying accurate representation of hit positions. The point of view seen after death was not the exact point of view of the killer. So if you've had those moments on your kill cam where you thought, that was BS, that guy shouldn't have killed me, he missed me or whatever, it's more of a, you're not getting the accurate representation on your kill cam of what that player actually saw. And these kind of all fit together, a bunch of lag issues that they've fixed. Doesn't say anything about the matchmaking issues, but at least the lag problems have been taken care of. So as far as the fixes go, those are the fixes that they have confirmed that they've already taken care of and will be in the game. These coming up may or may not be in the upcoming patch. They're stuff they're working on that's in testing as far as fixes go. So do keep that in mind, that this may or may not be in this upcoming patch. First up, they have server tick rates, which is in testing. They're currently investigating having a higher tick rate, which is essentially your frames per second. It's going to be improved positioning and shooting replication. This current servers run at a tick rate of 64, but the position of players is updated 30 times per second. And they're planning to address this and running tests so that this would update every 60 times per second, which would give you that 60 FPS, more common. If they have good results, it will be deploying in this patch, but if not, it will be in probably the following patch in January. Next up is connection to the wrong data center. This is going to probably be your ping, as well as I understand. They say another issue they're working on is some players connect to the wrong data centers. If you're not connected to the nearest data center, your gameplay experience will likely not be ideal. They're looking at the best solution to be allowing players to select their data centers, so you can actually choose which one is closest to you and choose to connect to that one. And that's what they're working on right now, and that's the solution they're looking at as far as the high ping rates issues and stuff like that. And lastly, just some general issues that they are aware of. They know they have problems with, but they haven't actually started testing any solutions or brainstorming any solutions for. They say they have a high ping kick in place, but one thing is there are some edge cases in which some players have high ping due to poor internet connection spikes, and this affects the replication quality for all the other players within that match. So they're hoping to address that here soon, trying to get a solution for that. They are aware of it, and this is just basically letting us know that they are aware of it, and they are keeping it in mind, but they're not currently working on a fix for it. And that's basically it for the patch notes, but there is a few other things that they did want to make us aware of. They want to note that the Harvard map, the one that you'll see in the Article 5 situation, which is the secret 11th situation after you've completed the first basic 10, which I still haven't gotten to play with because it is a matchmaking lobby and I haven't been able to match up with any other players in it yet. But it looks good. The cutscene before it is awesome. I really wish, if they had put that effort into cutscenes throughout all the situations, they could have had a full campaign in this game, but that's beside the point. So they're trying to get that in PvP and PvE, that same map that you see in that situation. And in addition to all these changes and fixes, Ubisoft have said that they plan on having monthly patch notes, which is a very good sign for this game and shows the amount of support Ubisoft is looking to give to it post-launch. And like I said in my last video, this first patch is really going to give us a good feel as to the success or failure of this game, and I have to say I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Ubisoft has really jumped in pretty quickly with this first patch and recognized that they do have problems and have already fixed some of the bigger bugs in the game. And not only that, but they promise to have monthly patches within the foreseeable future. I don't know if they're looking 6 months or a year or what their plan is for that, but in addition to this, we do know they have a lot of new DLC planned for monthly releases in the form of operators and maps. I believe they're planning on 2 operators and 2 maps each month. And this is going to be released monthly and for free to all players. So regardless if you have the season pass or not, you will have access to these maps and operators. And with all that being said, I have high hopes for this game. It's a very fun and addicting game, and even with the matchmaking issues, I still love the game enough to work through all the bugs, and I think once they get those bugs sorted out, then this is going to be a very successful game for Ubisoft. And we have seen that this kind of support post-launch is very successful for video games. With Battlefield 4, they continue to support the game on into its 3rd year with free DLC content, and it's been a very successful model for them. I would say still the better shooter between Battlefield 4 and Hardline. Battlefield 4 is by far the better game, and don't forget that BF4 did start out with horrible connection issues to the point where it was completely unplayable at launch. It was called Broken Field 4. So I really like seeing the amount of post-launch attention Ubisoft is putting towards this game. And I wish more dev teams would put this kind of support and effort into a game post-launch. I think it would help the video game community a lot overall. But that's all for this video, guys. I hope you liked it, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm still trying to get that 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think I'm about 8 away at this point, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support. If you haven't seen my previous video on my first impressions of Rainbow Six Siege, then click the link on the screen now. Until next time, this is Objector, signing off.